Well, in July of 2011, legislation went into effect requiring all single-family homeowners to install carbon monoxide alarms in every California home, rental or not, with attached garages. Now, owners of multi-family leased, rental, or owner-occupied dwellings, such as apartment, townhouses, and condominium buildings, have until this January 1st, 2013, to comply with that law. Now, recent changes to the legislation allows hotels and motels to have until January 1st, 2016 to comply. Now, the only structures exempt from the CO requirements are those that are all electric with detached garages. Now, CO alarms are required to be installed on every floor and outside each sleeping area. You should follow manufacturer's installation and maintenance requirements and replace the alarm as recommended. Now, according to a press release from the Mammoth Lakes Fire Protection District, on the average, there are 480 deaths as a result of carbon monoxide exposure, and more than 20,000 people across the country go to emergency rooms because of high level exposure to the gas. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, tasteless, and odorless gas that is a product of incomplete combustion produced from fuel burning appliances such as heaters, fireplaces, wood stoves, furnaces, cooking devices, and idling vehicles. Now, exposure to CO produces flu-like symptoms such as nausea, dizzy spells, fatigue, and vomiting. For this reason, it can be misdiagnosed. Now, for more information or any questions pertaining to these fire-related issues and carbon monoxide, please feel free to contact the Mammoth Lakes Police Department, the Mammoth Lakes Fire Department, and that would be at 760-934-2300. Well, there's a great anti-bullying program in Bishop that started by Carrie Kodak. It's called Happy Hoodies. Carrie was at the City of Bishop tree lighting ceremony and talked about the Happy Hoodies program.
The idea came one time when I was sitting in a car and I looked over to my right and there was a kid walking by with his hoodie on that had skeletons and crossbones. And I just said, I am so tired of seeing that. And I pointed at the hoodie and I said, that hoodie needs a happy face. And I said, Happy Hoods. And so today we have a hood that has a happy face and it's called Happy Hoods. And this is our anti-bully program sweatshirt. And when you buy a Happy Hood or even want to be part of the program, you say a Happy Hoods pledge. And that's an anti-bully pledge. And what I would like to do tonight is see if all of you are willing to raise your right hand and repeat after me. And we're going to say, I promise to be kind, considerate, and thoughtful towards others. I pledge to be kind, considerate, and thoughtful towards others. And I promise not to bully. And now you give yourselves a high five. Thank you, guys. This has been a great program. The school, the middle school has taken it on. The web kids, the link kids, the plus team, and it has really been their project, and we've gotten it out into the middle school. We're going to try to get into the high school and just work our way through all the schools. And for me, it's stopping the unnecessary abuse, physical, emotional, and verbal abuse of one another. So anyways, thank you and happy holidays.
Well, we sure thank Kathy Kodak for that anti-bullying program, Happy Hoodies. Well, Mammoth Hospital has added a cancer ward. Cleland Hopp was at the ribbon cutting for Sierra Wave Media.
Well, we've had this chemotherapy infusion program here for a long time, and we've been doing the work, but we've been doing it in a kind of catch-as-catch-can way in terms of whatever space we could find, and we were getting the job done, but space really has a lot to do with how people feel about their treatment, and how people feel about their treatment and their life has a lot to do with healing. So we had our nurse, Barbara Goodwill, identified this organization called Rooms That Rock for Chemo. And through that organization, we got in touch with an interior designer who has put together an incredible renovation and design project here in our chemotherapy infusion suite. So we're really excited to have it. So our program here is really a lot more than just chemotherapy infusion services. Barbara Goodwill is a trained oncology nurse navigator, and she and I work together to make sure that people who are getting their cancer care have all of their care coordinated, and that they don't have things fall through the cracks, and that they can have as much of their care delivered here close to home as possible.
Well, we had some money allocated. Before we had this room was an x-ray room, and so we needed to remodel it for the chemotherapy patients. So we got a hold of Rooms That Rock for Chemo, a voluntary group, last February. They worked out, got us a designer, hooked up with a designer, and remodeled our room, rocked our chemo room.
And this is kind of like your room. What is your role here?
I actually administer the chemotherapy. See the patients here, do their teaching, their chemotherapy, lab draws, stuff like that.
So what do you think of your new area?
Just, there's no words to describe it. I'm beyond happy. Just, it's very emotional because it's for my patients, and I'm so happy. They deserve it.
Well, we thank Cleland Hoff for that and congratulate Mammoth Hospital on its new addition. Well, coming up this Saturday, it is a great holiday celebration. It's the Mammoth Mountain Night of Lights. Well, there sure is a great time to be had out there. Just an absolutely gorgeous celebration, as you can see by this video from a previous celebration. Now, we are getting some information from Mammoth Mountain on its Night of Lights fireworks extravaganza. That will begin at 5 p.m. on Saturday, and that will be taking place at Canyon Lodge. Now, parking will be limited. Guests are encouraged to utilize the park and ride locations, and those will be at both Eagle Lodge as well as at Mammoth High School, and that will get you to the Mammoth Mountain Night of Lights fireworks extravaganza. Now, the free shuttle service will run from 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. and also the Village Gondola will be running until 10 p.m. and taking guests to the show free of charge. So again, it's this Saturday starting at 5 p.m., but the shuttles will start at 4 p.m. It's Mammoth Mountain's Night of Lights fireworks extravaganza, and again, you can use the park and ride locations at Eagle Lodge and at Mammoth High School. And again, this is free of charge, and we know a lot of folks will be enjoying that great and colorful celebration this Saturday at Mammoth Mountain. You can get more information by checking out their website, mammothmountain.com. We'll be back with a weather report.